Yeah, space exploration has a lot of issues with dust. In this case, it wasn't really the case. I built these sets some days ago, and yeah, dust really comes from nowhere. And so, yeah. So today we're looking at the space construction mech, and it's pretty much what it says on the tin. And it's a really nice surprise here. It doesn't matter how many reviews I saw in the beginning, which probably I only saw one or two, but I managed to see it is under different lenses once I built it, and it's a pretty awesome piece of Lego. So yeah, let's look at it. So first impressions for this, I mean, look at this. This is 10 euro of, yeah. This is so good. It's 10 euro of a lot of goodness here. So this is good on itself, and it's good when you compare with other 10 euro sets. Now, of course, it has a lot to do with how much you like the space theme, how much you like sci-fi in general or space exploration in general. But one thing that is really objective is that it's really good value. I got this for full price, and after I built it, I wasn't really, how do you say, thinking that I could have got it for 8 euros or whatever. No, I thought the 10 euros were really good for what we have here. We have a lot of parts, and everything we have is pretty good. Let's start by the little companion here. Now, something that I've been seeing a lot on this space theme is that every set is a little robot, a little electric robot. Yes, because it's all pure powered by the fuel cells here that are electric. And the nice thing about these is that all of them kind of have their own personality, and it's a really nice throwback to the Lego space from the 80s, where every time there was a little bot or something, they all had their own designs and their own little, it's like they had their own little personalities, and maybe a bit like BD1 from Jedi Fallen Order. I don't know, but I think these bring a lot of character to the sets, and we'll see this also in the next reviews I'll do. All of them have their own little look, and yeah, I really like these. Very nice. It's a simple build but efficient. One sticker here. The little suggestion of threads here, and of course it's a building mech, and there's a lot of excavating to do, which brings us to this. Now, so the main theme around this space sub-theme this year is a lot more about exploring life, but also resources, and the energy and the crystals and all that. They're pretty much that. If you look at the themes from the 80s, like Amtron themed space and all that, they all had their own thing, of course. Black Trons were just the baddies. You had the police, you had the Amtrons that basically were delivering crates here and there, and but ultimately they were all about a bit of exploration and being in a different environment. And this brings all sets are more focused, some on exploration, some are more about the finding and prospection of this resources. So yeah, it's a very complete theme, I would say. And so yeah, you can basically take this off. Actually, it's set on just one stud, because the idea is probably so you can do something like this. Doesn't really work that well, but yeah, you need to give it give it a break here because it's not as easy as it looks like. Now going to the mech itself. So a lot of people will probably have some reference, like the Marvel mechs and Star Wars mechs, and so they've been very popular. And this doesn't try to stick on that formula. They come up with a scale that is only theirs, and it's a minifigure kind of scale, so it makes a lot of sense. If you imagine this minifigure next to the mech, if you imagine this being real life, I mean, this would be quite big if you think about it. So yeah, I think the scale makes a lot of sense. The way it builds makes a lot of sense, and I think it also encourages people to come up with their own attachments for the arms. Because a nice thing about this is a cheap way. They're very scalable, first of all. And something is wrong here. What's happening, dude? There you go. So they're very scalable, and because you can buy 3 or 4 of these and have them side by side. And if you feel like removing the whole thing here, so this part of the arm is exactly the same build, and then you can change here, or you can have your pre-built arms and just change them like this, which would make it a lot easier. So yeah, I think there's a lot of potential there, because in space, I'm imagining, or in any if you want to imagine it that way, you can imagine all sorts of usages, all sorts of uses for this kind of mech, in places where, yeah, you need that extra manpower, or in this case mech power. And yeah, now in terms of there's a thing that you can see, because you look at it, and I felt like there was the controls would be really nice to have here. It would have been really nice if there was some joysticks or something, but you can always think that this is maneuvered by, I don't know, sensors that react to the movements of the pilot. And actually that is kind of confirmed here, where you can see that the pose of the minifigure inside the cabin, or the piloting area, matches the one from the mech. So one arm on the front and another arm a bit more on the back. So yeah, I think it's a cheap way of not adding any other parts, but making it very, very groundbreaking in terms of technology, I'd say. I think there's a lot of good here. Then of course you have the power cells, because the power cells are all across the way this wave of space vehicles move, and not just the vehicles. I think also the bases also have their own power needs that are also are met by using these. Now in terms of the minifigure, so this is probably one of the few that is yellow. You can see a lot of green and whoops, this one wants to leave. You see a lot of this wave, a lot of the suits are green or blue or dark blue. This one is yellow. Even if you look at the helmet, is also differs from the other ones, which this one looks more like a construction worker kind of helmet. So yeah, I think we're very, very spoiled for having not just different prints, or the print of the torso and everything is the same. It's just the color of the sleeves and then the accessories that change. But yeah, we do have a little audio aid over there, so that's a nice touch, but no alternate face. This is a really nice part to have with the nice print on it too. So yeah, it's a really nice little minifigure, and imagine making a massive little, not army, but a little company of building mechs, and you know, just need to change their head but keep the suit. That would be awesome. Yeah, really nice minifigure for this set. Now, like I was saying about, so there's a lot you can do here, and one thing I was looking for is would you transport something like this? And I think that how this was built allows for something like this. Now imagine having these all bend over, and this is just one of the configurations I found to be doable to carry this. Imagine like if you have a ship or something, or a truck. Now maybe you can use the bigger wheel set from this theme. You can probably imagine, I haven't seen it in real life, so I'm not sure, but I think there might be a bit of room on the back to transport something like that. Or you can just come up with your own transporter of mechs. And yeah, this is one of the ways I found to transport it. But if you want, you can even remove these, and you have this modular mech. Or yeah, another way is also this, so it just only bends back, and this could be very tightly put on a big space rover flatbed. Yeah, this is something that can be done. And plus having attachments, I mean, I really like it because of the potential of having many of these and do a space building site of sorts. And yeah, I think the play value here is, it's pretty big, and probably it wasn't thought out that way, but I think the design is so good that it lends itself to expanding on it. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah, I think this is a little win, like every 10 euro sets, or most of them. And I think it's, this one is particularly cool for me. And the closer you look at it, the more detail you see, and yeah, people don't see it at first until they start really playing around with it, and with all the opportunities that exist within this set. I think it's a really nice 10 euro set, and yeah, I'm really glad about it. Really cool set. So yeah, nicely built and designed little set. I think it shows once more that the 10 euro sets are really the best bang for the buck. It's the ones that you have least expectations probably, and they end up, or you end up, we as consumers end up trying to find its value differently than if it was a more expensive set. Personally, I think this is really great, and I might just buy a couple more because I think it's very massable, and you can have a little army of builder mechs, and yeah, I think it's really great. I didn't touch upon the new parts and new colors. I prefer to look at the color scheme on the next sets, because the color scheme on the bigger sets is more visible than here. It works really well here, but it's only looking at the bigger sets that you can see how the color scheme is really implemented. But yeah, great set, great price, and highly massable, and yeah, it's a win-win for Lego here, and I'm glad I got it. I'm just sad I didn't open it earlier, because it's really nice. And so that's pretty much it. So I have more space Lego sets for 2024 to review. I'll be bringing you those real soon, and if you liked it, just you know, push the like button, you know, the drill. But yeah, see you very, very soon.